Mental healings in ancient times. Down through the age, men of all nations have somehow instinctively believed that somewhere there resided a healing power which could restore to normal the functions and sensation of man's body. They believed that this strange power could be invoked under certain conditions and that the alleviation of human suffering would follow. This history of all nations presents testimony in support of this belief. In the early history of the world, the power of secretly influencing man for good or evil, including the healing of the sick, was said to be possessed by the priests, Christ, and whole men of all nations. Healing of the sick was supposed to be a power derived directly by them from God, and the procedures and process of healing varied throughout the world. The healing process took the form of supplications to God attended by various ceremonies such as the laying on of hands, incam- initiate- incantations, the application of amulets, talisman, talismans, rings, relics, and images. For example, in the religions of antiquity, priests in the Asian temples gave drugs the to the patient and practiced hypnotic suggestion prior to the patient sleep, telling him that the the gods would visit him in his sleep and heal him. Many healings flowed. Obviously, all this was the work of potent suggestions to the subconscious mind. After the performance of certain mysterious details, the devotees of Hecate, Hecate would see the goddess during sleep, provided that before going to sleep they had prayed to her according to weird and fantastic instructions. They were told to mix Ijards with resin, frankincense of myrrh, and pound all this together in the open air under the certain moon. For example, in the religions of antiquity, precepts in the Asian temples gave drug to the patient and practiced patience and practiced hypnotic suggestion prior to the patient's sleep, telling him that the gods would visit him in his sleep and heal him. Many healings followed. Obviously, all the was the work of potent suggestions to the subconscious mind. After the performance of certain mysterious rites, the devotees or hect would see the goddess during sleep, provided that before going to sleep they had prayed to her according to word and fantastic instruction. They were told to mix lizards with risen frank, frankincense and myrrh and pout all that together in the open air under the crescent moon. Healings were reported in many cases following the grotesque procedure. It is obvious that these strange procedures and mentioned in the illustration given favored suggestion and acceptance by the subconscious mind of these people by making a powerful appeal to their imagination. Actually, in all these healings, the subconscious mind of the subject was the healer. In all ages, unofficial healers have obtained remarkable results. In cases where authorized medical skill has failed, this gives this given cause for thought. How do these healers in all parts of the world effect their cures? The answer to all these healings is due to the weird belief of the sick person, which released the healing's power resident in the subconscious mind. Many of the remedies and methods employed were rather strange and fantastic, which fired the imagination of the patients, causing an aroused emotional state. This state of mind, this state of mind facilitated the suggestion of health and was accepted both by the conscious and subconscious mind of the sick. This will be elaborated on further in the next chapter. Biblical accounts on the use of the subconscious power. What things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that receive them, and ye shall have them. Note the difference is tenses. The inspired writer tells us to believe and accept as true the fact that our desire has already been accomplished and fulfilled, that it is already completed, and that its realization will follow as a thing in the future. The success of this technique depends on the confident conviction that through the idea through the idea the picture is already a fact in mind. In order for anything to have substance in the realm of mind, it must be thought of actually existing there. Here, in a few cryptic words, in a conscious and specific direction for making use of the creative power of thought by impressing upon the subconscious the particular thing which you desire. Your thought, idea, plan, or purpose is as real or its own plan as your hand or your heart. In following the bib- biblical technique, you completely eliminate from your main mind all consideration of conditions, circumstances, or anything which might imply adverse contingencies. Contingencies. You are planting a seed in the mind, which, if you live in undistributed, undisturbed, will infallibly germinate into external friction. The prime condition which Jesus instant open was faith over and over again. You read in the Bible, according to your faith is it done unto you. If you plant certain types of seeds in the ground, you have faith they will grow after their kind. This is the way of seeds and instructing the laws of growth and agriculture. You know that the seeds will come forth after their kind. Faith, as mentioned in the Bible, is a way of thinking, an attitude of mind, an inner certitude, knowing that the idea you fully accept in your conscious mind will be embodied in your subconscious mind and made manifest. Faith is, in sense, accepting as true what your reason and senses deny, asserting out of the little rational, analytical conscious mind and indulging an attitude of complete reliance on the inner power of your subconscious mind.